We have this number for you. Here is the number, $110 million. That's how much the United States has collected in tariffs from Canada, Mexico, and the European Union in just the first 2 weeks of June. That's when the steel and aluminum levies officially kicked in. One smaller country is bracing for a bigger bruise than others. Greece, one of the 28 European Union nations, exported 117 million euros worth, little over $120 million worth of steel and aluminum to the U.S. in 2017. The tariffs come at precisely the moment that the country awaits crucial approval to exit the bailout terms of its financial crisis, now nearly in the rearview mirror. Socrates Lazaridis is the CEO of the Athens Stock Exchange, joining us in a Fox Business exclusive. You have brought with you here in the United States a whole host of Greek companies that are publicly traded on the Athens Stock Exchange. Give us a sense right now how all of them feel, no matter what business they're in, about the tariffs.
Well, there is a discussion nowadays about what turmoil will the tariffs produce to the market. Of course, there is a minimum number of Greek companies, although multinationals, that are related to the issue. And the discussion ends up with the question if this movement will push prices lower from competition of higher production in smaller markets, and the value added of the companies will be pushed down, and what will create for their future in terms of competition around the rest of the world.
Boy, Greece has been through a lot. We all remember the pictures that we would get during our 3 o'clock hour Eastern time, nighttime in Athens, Molotov cocktails being thrown, protesters. They did not like, of course, the laws put into place to figure out how to save money, get more revenues. There were higher taxes and all kinds of problems because Greece was in this financial crisis. And now we see, just as you're getting out of it, these tariffs. Now, the stock exchange in Athens is down about 8% since the tariffs were announced by the president, I guess, late February. How much do you worry that this is going to further drag down companies that really shouldn't have much exposure?
No, okay. Although my name is coming from ancient Greece, and ancient Greece is,
Socrates, yes,
is also the introducer of tragedy in the world. I must say that the major concern now in Greece is how we will pass on growth. Of course, the tariffs problem is creating a turmoil, as I told you, to a specific part of companies, and it's an important turmoil.
But it's not totally worrisome to you.
It's important, but we are having other crucial issues to tackle. Mainly, the Greek economy is related to touristic activity and to business that are related to this. Thus, you see that international investors are focusing on real estate business related to hotels, etc. At this point of time. Pharmaceuticals and health industry is also in the target of international investors, and I believe that there are, and the figures are giving a clear sign that there is interest from international investors at this point of time for the Greek opportunities.
Before we go, some people are concerned about the leadership of the European Union. Angela Merkel of Greece may be challenged. She's had a hold on power for quite some time. Does that concern you, that the European Union may fray further if a nationalist, like we've seen in Italy, or a populist gets into
Of course,
control?
all those are important issues, especially for the future of Europe. But I believe that the most important outcome of these 7 years of austerity in Greece is the mix of the debt that we are having today, that it is giving us a strength to see and resolve easier the problems of the future, that they might come from those issues that you are speaking.
Something makes me not too worried about Greek civilization. You've got wonderful, smart people there. Good luck to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Socrates Lazaridis is the CEO of the Athens Stock Exchange, here in a Fox Business exclusive.